เราเคยสงสัยหรือไม่ว่าการที่คนคนหนึ่งจะประสบความสำเร็จหรือล้มเหลวได้นั้นขึ้นอยู่กับปัจจัยอันหลากหลายแต่สิ่งหนึ่งที่เป็นจุดเริ่มต้นและสามารถทำนายอนาคตได้ว่าเขาจะประสบความสำเร็จอย่างยั่งยืนหรือไม่อยู่ที่ mindset หรือกรอบความคิดของเขานั่นเอง mindset เป็นเรื่องที่แพร่หลายในทุกวงการไม่เว้นแม้แต่วงการการศึกษาระดับโลกที่นำมาใช้เพื่อดึงศักยภาพของนักเรียนออกมาอย่างเต็มที่สารคดีชุดนี้ทางศูนย์จิตวิทยาการศึกษามูลนิธิยุวเสถียรคุณได้ถอดบทเรียนของโรงเรียนทั้ง2แห่งในประเทศอังกฤษที่เคยถูกประเมินจากคณะกรรมการการศึกษาว่าต่ำกว่ามาตรฐานแต่กลับทะยานสู่โรงเรียนชั้นนำภายในเวลาเพียง2 ปีด้วย growth mindsetเราจะมาร่วมเรียนรู้ผ่านการสัมภาษณ์อย่างเข้มข้นเพื่อหากุญแจสำคัญของการปฏิรูปการศึกษาที่ยั่งยืนให้กับประเทศไทยในสารคดีชุดหนทางสู่การปฏิรูปการศึกษาที่ยั่งยืนตอนเปิดประตูสู่การเรียนรู้ที่ยั่งยืนในโรงเรียน Prettygate Juniorโรงเรียน Prettygate Junior เป็นโรงเรียนระดับชั้นประถมศึกษาขนาดเล็กตั้งอยู่ที่เมืองโคเชสเตอร์ประเทศอังกฤษทุกๆเช้าเวลา 7:30 น.มันเป็นธรรมเนียมปฏิบัติของครูใหญ่อย่างมิสเตอร์แบร์รี่ฮอลล์ที่จะออกมาต้อนรับนักเรียนและผู้ปกครองอยู่เป็นประจำเพื่อเปิดโอกาสพบปะเด็กและผู้ปกครองทุกคนกระตุ้นให้เด็กพร้อมที่จะเรียนในช่วงเช้าแน่นอนว่าบรรยากาศที่เด็กนักเรียนมาโรงเรียนเมื่อ15 ปีก่อนคงไม่เป็นเช่นวันนี้เกิดอะไรขึ้นในอดีตที่ทำให้โรงเรียนแห่งนี้ต่ำกว่ามาตรฐานพวกเขาผ่านพ้นอุปสรรคและความท้าทายนี้มาได้อย่างไร
In 1998, and when I took over the school, to me it was very, very important to get a grasp of what was happening, what we needed to do. I think the school had been through a hard time with the death of a very valued colleague, and I think motivation was quite low. I think the children themselves...were attending school, they were attending school regularly, but I don't think there was an engagement there. I think it's only fair to the staff to be honest with the staff of where you're going. It's really important that you are honest with staff because you're in it together, there's nothing to hide. And I suppose at that stage, my leadership style was fairly coercive, was fairly authoritative in so much that I had to say to staff, we've got to do this, we've got to do that. But I'm aware that that type of leadership is not sustainable.will not lead into the future. And so what we did was staff welcomed me saying we've got to do this, and we got through the Ofsted inspection. It came out as an effective school, which I was really pleased about. Gradually then I suppose my leadership style changed, bringing people on board, getting buy-in from staff, which is an important thing, and with that buy-in you then get that sustainability of improvement.And we worked through a very clear development plan of what we needed to do in a whole range of areas across the school to bring things forward. I think you need to be single focus on what you want to do and you stick to that. Because every day there's a whole range of things coming into school that I have to try and sort of push to one side because the clear focus is that way ahead.Priorities when I first came in were to raise standards through improving the quality of teaching. I suppose by two things. One, by improving the quality of teaching in school that goes on, but secondly by changing the culture such that children were proud of succeeding, that success became a positive for children as well, that they themselves could see the value of learning and bringing their families on board as well.So professional development is the key to school improvement, because what we've got to do is to get every member's staff subject knowledge in their pedagogy, in maths, in English. We've got to get their subject knowledge high so they can impart that knowledge to the children. So what we've done at Prettygate is we have a weekly staff meeting that focuses on professional development, and we have a plan for that over a whole year of what we're going to be tackling. Sometimes that might be me leading a meeting, sometimes it might be other teachers, sometimes it might be external person. But what we've also done is that we've invested in a program called Outstanding Teaching for our teachers here. And every teacher in school has attended that course. Now that's a 10-week course, and we've released our staff in groups of 2 to go on that course. That's taken us 2 years to get every member of staff through that course. So the course that all the teachers have been on, this is the same course, or a similar course, and growth mindset has been part of that course. So they've been on there 10 weeks. When they come back, 10 days per week, when they come back, they've heard it from an external person. So they've got an idea. But what we've done in staff meetings is spend lots of time talking about growth mindsets. A big commitment for us financially, but very much worth doing. They've been very positive. They're really positive about it. And I think it's important, A, that they get quality input, but also they have a chance to be away from Prettygate and reflect on their own practice. So, what am I doing as a teacher? What will make my teaching even better? How can I improve this? And so being away from school gives them that chance to reflect. The important thing for them to start doing is sharing that with the children. So it's that you might have seen an egg. Did you see an egg with a it's called the crispy egg, the fried egg, and it's getting children to move their ideas of where they are in the centre, moving out to the outside and pushing themselves. So what we're trying to do is to come back with the ideas of mindset and then get children themselves to bring it into everyday learning, into all the things they do in school, challenging themselves. So that becomes part of inner them, if you like, to not just academic work, but just their growth mindset is used for things at home as well.
Mindset เป็นผลงานการวิจัยของศาสตราจารย์ Carol S. Dweck ผู้เชี่ยวชาญด้านการพัฒนาศักยภาพของมนุษย์แห่งมหาวิทยาลัยสแตนฟอร์ดประเทศสหรัฐอเมริกาเขาเชื่อว่า Mindset หรือกรอบความคิดจะส่งผลต่อความสำเร็จของมนุษย์ได้ซึ่ง Mindset แบ่งออกเป็น2ชนิดใหญ่ๆคือFixed mindset หรือความคิดแบบปิดหมายถึงบุคคลที่เห็นอุปสรรคก็มักถอยหนีและ Growth mindset หรือความคิดแบบเติบโตที่หมายถึงบุคคลที่มองปัญหาเป็นโอกาสและพร้อมที่จะฟันฝ่าแก้ไขแน่นอนว่ามิสเตอร์ฮอได้นำความคิดแบบ Growth mindset มาเป็นก้าวแรกของการเปลี่ยนแปลงในโรงเรียนโดยการตั้งมาตรฐานสูงเพราะเชื่อว่าทุกคนทำได้ปลูกฝังให้ทุกคนมีความภาคภูมิใจและเชื่อมั่นในตนเองและผู้อื่นแต่ถึงกระนั้นก็ตามผู้นำที่มี Growth mindset นอกจากจะมีเป้าหมายที่ชัดเจนกล้าที่จะเปลี่ยนแปลงและรับฟังความคิดเห็นจากทุกคนแล้วต้องพร้อมที่จะยอมรับผลจากการเปลี่ยนแปลงนั้นด้วย
There were some teachers here who had very set ideas, and it was for us to change that mindset, to make them realise there were alternative ways of working, and most came on board. I suppose those that didn't, there was a big turnover of staff. We lost over 50% of our staff in the first 2 years through natural causes, through people coming at the end of their career, but it gave us chance to appoint some new, younger, vibrant people. We didn't buy programs in, we used our common sense, and I suppose what we used more than anything was consistency, so that we set out what we wanted to do, and although we had to deviate slightly at times, we stuck on that clear path. I think you need a clear moral understanding of why you want to become a teacher and what the purpose of a teacher is, and in this country you don't go into teaching to become extremely rich or anything else. You go into teaching because there is a sense of purpose to do so, but that in itself is not enough. You've got to have that strong, clear, professional identity of what a teacher is and what they're for, and you've got to show that you're an effective teacher. I think purely going in on the grounds of wanting to do good is not enough nowadays. The big thing is to raise expectations, raising expectations for children through raising expectations of staff. And I feel it's very important as head that I demonstrate my own high expectations. So staff and children need to see me as somebody who is working hard, who has high expectations of themselves, and is not prepared to accept second best. So my high expectations are that I'm in school very early in the morning, I answer my emails on time, I push things forward, I don't accept no. Hopefully I'm compassionate and I will listen to what people have to say and I understand that they're human beings, but I just keep pushing things on. And if people come to me and say I'm struggling with this, then I give them some help. I think most schools do that. The reason I would see a school going that way would to be make sure that those changes are sustainable. My concern would be if a school goes from poor to great without, in too quick a period, can it sustain that grading? That will be my concern. In my first few years, I used to be here a lot at weekends,
doing what?
Trying to change the physical environment while the children went around. Because I mean, the environment itself needs to reflect the quality of learning. Right. It's the environment itself is very important, isn't it? And I also spent lots of time originally setting up good systems to make sure those systems would support future improvement. It's changed a lot. Originally we had lots of children from professional families, and our context has changed, and we've got a very mixed context, and we've got about 30% of our children who are below the average socioeconomic grouping. The staff are formatively assessing the children every single lesson, and when they mark on a formative way, noting down comments for next steps, and children get improvement time the next lesson to act on those suggestions. But then the teachers formally assess those children every half term. There's no tick box to say this child is being positive, this child is being happy, but we do monitor children in school to make sure they're getting the very best out of learning they can. We're very keen that children should be making good progress as much as possible and working towards those national expectations or above, so that when they leave our school, they're well equipped, they're ready to go on to the next stage of their learning. I think we turned things around in the first 2 years. 2 years. Because we knew that Ofsted were coming, and that really did do well. And when we got to the grade of outstanding, it took a further 3 years to get there. So it's building a team, it's building one message, it's getting the children on board, and it's just pushing everything forward. It's very high energy. It takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of commitment, and it takes a lot of you as a person to push that forward. I think Prettygate shows and does show high expectations, and I think this is one of our biggest things. So hopefully around our school you'll see displays that reflect high expectations. In the children's books you will see high expectations, and so I suppose what we're saying is, whilst we celebrate, we praise children for doing well, we're always keen to show them how to carry on doing even better. Well, recently I've worked with our school council, and they've worked with their class, and we have devised our own set of school values. And if you go into our school hall, you'll see those displayed around the school hall, and they're things like be positive, be happy, try your best, be proud, be positive, and those are around the school hall for all to see, and those are the values that we try to impart with our children. So we're trying to encourage our children here to be proud of being part of Prettygate Junior School, being creative and strong learners, but we're also trying to encourage them to see their role developing within the community, both in Colchester and perhaps beyond into the UK. I suppose really it's all in the reactions of the children. I think all your hard work and out of school work and holiday work is all worth it when you see the reaction of some of the children, when you see the engagement of some of the children in learning, and when you see the journey those children make. So I think as professionals, although we're getting a whole raft of initiatives in and we've got Ofsted looking at us, the most important thing for us is to keep a sharp eye on the focus of those children and making sure those children are doing their very best, and also working with those children when they get themselves go through very challenging times. So we've got to remain child focused. That's my key message.
เมื่อเป้าหมายอยู่ที่การพัฒนาการเรียนรู้ของนักเรียนเป็นสำคัญ ทางโรงเรียน Prettygate Junior จึงได้จัดประชุมนักเรียนทุกวันเป็นเวลา30นาทีก่อนกลับบ้านสำหรับวันนี้ครูใหญ่ได้แบ่งปันประสบการณ์วันหยุดของเขาพร้อมสอดแทรกความรู้เพื่อให้เด็กๆได้มีส่วนร่วมในการแบ่งปันและเรียนรู้ไปด้วยกันกลายเป็นวัฒนธรรมการเรียนรู้ของโรงเรียน
Good. So you had a water-based holiday. This is what you do. Centre parts. Fantastic. Fantastic. Let's go on again. We'll go back to year 3. What did you do, Emily?
Do the one on bathhouses.
Sounds very good. Year 4. Let's go on. What did you do? Mia. Went on holiday. Where did you go on holiday to? Smashing. Was it lovely weather?
I moved house.
So Regan's moved house. Quite near now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Good girl. Well done. So, this is all called Scandinavia. Yeah. That's all. That's the area. What's this one country called? Gothos? Good boy. 2 house points. Denmark. Sweden. Went to Sweden. They went to this beautiful city. What's the capital city of Sweden called? Capital city of Sweden. Come on, Rowan. Good boy. Stockholm.
และด้วยหัวใจของการคิดแบบ growth mindset ที่รักการเรียนรู้และพัฒนาอยู่ตลอดเวลาพร้อมที่จะเผชิญหน้ากับอุปสรรคต่างๆจึงกลายเป็นหนทางสู่การเรียนรู้ที่ยั่งยืนและเต็มประสิทธิภาพและนี่คือการเปิดประตูสู่การเรียนรู้ที่ยั่งยืนของโรงเรียน Prettygate Junior